All right. Welcome back to Eyes Open Media. Um, we're gonna take a look at the map here, and I told you guys by at the earliest went Sunday, North Mosul could be liberated. Well, we're almost there. We're almost there, and I said we're looking at, and this was like 10 days ago. I said we're looking at Wednesday going into Thursday morning. Okay, anywhere between Wednesday going into Thursday, North Mosul should be liberated. And I told you guys that about 10 days ago, right? Something like that. And I said Sunday at the earliest, but Sunday's here and it's not done yet. We still have some more, as you guys can see. For you guys that don't know, this is the map that the Iraqi forces are using, not the American forces or the Peshmerga forces or any other forces that are in the area. There's thousands of troops in the Middle East, right? Thousands and hundreds of millions, maybe even like 2 million troops that are in the Middle East, Syria, Iraqi area. The Iranian area. Like there's just so many troops around that whole area. Yemen, Israel. There's just thousands and millions of troops in this area. But this is just the Iraqi map. Okay, so the green is liberated already, completely liberated. The white is controlled by ISIS. Now, it doesn't mean that they're not fighting in this area, but it's still controlled by ISIS. And then the orange is where they're clashing. Okay, so there's the orange right here. As you see, they went up here and they got these, they pushed this way and they got this done and they got the tip done and they got all this done as well. Okay, over the last couple of days, the last 10 days, when I was talking to you guys about this, that this was probably what we're gonna see, was them come up here and then come down here, and then what they might do is they might take some boats and then come inside this way, and they should actually come in all sides, right? They should come in this way. For West Mosul, they should come in the backside, the top of it, and the south of it, and then through the 5 bridges, so they can all, so maybe 300,000 troops over here, 300,000 troops over here, 300,000 troops over here, 500,000 troops here, and then come right here and come into and get this thing done. I don't know if that's what they're gonna do. I'm pretty sure that this might be last. Same thing over here where the left coast connector was the last part they did. They skipped over it and made it last, which was kind of interesting. They might do the same thing for the right coast connector. They might actually just come in this way, come in this way, come in this way, and get everything done, and then make this the last part. Because I told you guys, a body wants to plant the flag in the center. This is the center right here, to the left coast and the right coast connector connecting to the bridges, the 5 bridges. So this is where a body wants to plant the flag. You know what I mean? So, in our opinion, right, we could be completely wrong. He might just post. He might pick here and post it. He might pick here and post it, right? Or he might just do it in Baghdad, you know, or he might do it in America. We don't know. We don't know where he's going to, give plant the flag and give his speech of Mosul being fully liberated, and all of Iraq fully liberated of ISIS and Daesh, right? ISIS Daesh terrorism. Okay, so as you guys can see here, this is the orange right here, so we're clashing in these areas, and this map is 7:26 p.m. okay, Baghdad time. Okay, so on January 22nd. Okay, so it's gonna look a whole lot different 12 hours from now, which would be Monday, you know what I mean? And so 24 hours from now, this is probably going to be right in here. Okay, so we're probably going to have this little area left going into Tuesday, and then into Tuesday and Wednesday. We're probably going to have this small area left, and then by Wednesday night going into Thursday, this whole thing should be completed. Okay, and then it's gonna get kind of interesting, because it's like, are they going to then go from here to then jump into here and then take care of this little area right here first, and then come down, and or are more people going to come this way or that? We're all gonna see what's going to happen in Western Mosul, because Abadi is not going to give or the commanders are not going to give the all-out push until North Mosul is completed. Okay, so once North Mosul is completed, Then we'll hear from Abadi and the commander saying that the left coast is 100% completed, and now we are going to start in a few days. They always give a few days. I don't know why, but they always give a few days. Even though we already are started, we already are warring in this area. There's already clashes in this area, but when they, he's not. They're not recognizing that. Okay, on the Iraqi map. Okay, so what's going to happen is by Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday, maybe we hear Friday from the commanders that this is fully completed. They're going to celebrate as they did over here. Okay, and then they'll celebrate next during the week this completion. Then the body's going to say, or the commanders are going to say that we need we need a couple of days, and then we're going to start the phase, the launch of Western Mosul. Okay, and then maybe by Sunday or Monday, next Monday, we'll start the phase of Western, all out phase of Western Mosul, and then we'll see if they indeed come this way first or they come the back way, because once you start seeing the orange, you'll know which way they came. Okay, I would love to see orange here, orange here, orange here, and orange here, meaning they came in all 4 different directions. If we just see orange here, then I'm like, well, okay, we only came in to on the western, the northwestern side. That would be, I don't know how long that would take, because you would have to come all the way down and then complete all of this, and then come up here and complete that. I mean, that would take, you're talking about 7 weeks, right? If they come up here and they just start in here, to clear this whole thing will take 7 weeks at least. Okay, so but if they come in here, come in here, then we're looking at we can get that done in a week or 2 or 3, right? So that cuts time. If they come in here, and come in here, then we're looking at 2 weeks. They could squeeze this. They could come down here. They could come in here. They can come up here, and they all can meet right here. Okay, and then a body can plant the flag right there. So it all depends on where they come in. So let's just finish this up first. Let's finish up northern Mosul. Let's finish it up. Let's get it done, and then let's see which area they come in first. Or I'm hoping that they come in multiple areas, because that will make this map go a lot faster. If they just do like they're doing here, where they coming in one area, like right here, and then they're gonna come in here and then try to get this whole thing done, that's gonna take about 7 weeks, ladies and gentlemen. That's gonna take about 7 weeks. Okay, we don't want to see that. Okay, we don't want to see that. We want to see them come in here, and possibly come in here, and just go around the connector. Okay, and that would probably take us about 3 to 4, 4 weeks at the max, 1 to 4 weeks, depending on how fast they move. But if we just come in here, you're looking at about 7 to 8 weeks. Okay, so I mean, that's going to be a disappointment. Okay, but like I said, anything can change, anything can happen at any time. They could start here, and then a week later start coming in here, and then a week later start coming in here, and then by the 5th week they could be done. So we don't know, but it's gonna take a lot longer. That's all. I can see that now, that if I'm looking at my calendar, let me pull up my calendar. If I'm looking at my calendar, it's the 23rd. North Mosul will be done by the 26th. Okay, the 25th going into 26th, and then you got West Mosul that will begin publicly begin around the 27th, 28th, 29th. Okay, so then we're definitely going into February. Okay, so it looks like we're going into February, and yeah, interesting. So hey man, like I said before, it all depends on how fast we come into this thing, man, and get it done. There should be no excuses. The fact that if all of this is completed, that means all your army can come in here and destroy this thing in 1 week. You know what I'm saying? So if everything is done up here, that means that the federal police, the Peshmerga forces, the Iraqi forces, the Americans, the British forces, the Russian forces, all the forces that are fighting, the Turkish forces, the French forces, the Holland forces, whatever. Well, that's French, but anyways, this thing could be done in a week. Okay, so it all depends on how many people want to come up in here and do what they got to do. Okay, so it is what it is. I'm not gonna bore you guys any longer. We're watching for North Mosul to be completed in the next 4 days or less, and then it's all about the West. Okay, it's all about the Western Mosul, man. And then we're gonna every time we see this thing turn green, we know we're that much closer to having Iraq completely removed of ISIS and Daesh. Okay, so once this whole thing turns green, once this area is green or down here is green, you know what I mean? I think the smiles are gonna start to come on people's faces because they're gonna see that everything's about to turn green. And when everything turns green, we know that a flag is coming. Okay, and hopefully, that song that I was telling you guys, when a body, the value goes up when a body plants the flag. Okay, so so let's see what happens. Let's see if they move a lot quicker in Western Mosul because this took a lot longer than we all expected. No, and we're still fighting up here. So, so this took a lot longer. This took like it started like November 5th. So let's see, November 5th. Let me count the weeks here. November 5th. So 1 week, 2 week, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks. Let me go here. 5 weeks, 6 weeks, 7 week, 8. We're coming into our 8th week. Wow. Okay, so it took 8 weeks to get this done. Okay, this is a lot smaller. Okay, so it should take 4 weeks at the max to get this done. Now, if everybody comes in, it should take 2 weeks or less to get this done. But there's more things over here. Okay, there's more like oil stuff, factories, and all types of stuff here. So it's not open land like it is over here. There's more industrial stuff on this side. Okay, so it's kind of harder to maneuver on this side than it is over here where it was open land. Okay, so that we had to take that into effect as well, or into account as well. Okay, so that's it for me. I'm not going to bore you guys any longer, and talk to you guys later, man. And as you guys know from the announcement I made on my personal page today, that once Mosul's done, once this all turns green, ladies and gentlemen, you're not going to hear from me a lot. I'm definitely not going to hear from me on my personal page. I'm not going to be on there. I'm gonna be, I'm gonna stay quiet, man. I'm just gonna enjoy life, man. I'm not gonna, because there are so many wicked people in this world. I tell you, I'm not gonna let that stuff get me down. I'm not gonna entertain it. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say. I'm not gonna entertain stupidity. I'm not gonna entertain worldliness and sinfulness and destructive people who praise a government that drops bombs on innocent children and people, and they think that's fine and okay. I'm not gonna waste my time with that. Okay, so you're not gonna hear much from me on that side on my personal page once Mosul turns all green. I don't even if they don't drop the rate, there'll be no more updates. There's no need because the updates were mostly for Mosul. I have my 365 page and I have YouTube to do to continue with the dinar. I don't need to do anything else on my personal page. Any updates? When Mosul's done, we're done with the updates. Okay, there's no need for any other updates like that. Okay, and then once the whole thing happens, then I'll say congratulations to all my teams on there, and that's it. That's all I need to do. That's it. I've done my job. I've done way more than I thought I was even gonna do. Okay, so I don't need the death threats. I don't need the all the stupidity. You know what I mean, that people are spewing out there. So I don't need any of that. So I'm just gonna be me and live a good life and relax and be with the Lord and praise the Lord. That's what I do. Okay, you can do whatever you do, but that's what I do, and that's it for me. I'll talk to you guys later. North Mosul is coming to an end. We should have that by Wednesday going into Thursday, and then we'll begin the battle of Western Mosul. And it all depends on if we come in from the top here or the bottom here or the south here. All depends, and I'll give my estimation on how long it's going to take to complete this. It all depends on which way we come in and how many ways we come in. Okay, so that's it for me. I'll talk to you guys later. Eyes open. God bless. Be safe. Peace.